kind of hurts to get down on my knees a little bit because they're pretty worn out at this stage of the game. I put a GoPro on the bottom of my dirt bike because I want to see what it looks like for a future jump session if that ever happens. So I'm going to take this outside and do a couple little mini circles in my tiny backyard. You know, we have this ramp set up. It's real close to our landing hill. We know that, and we're just getting warmed up for the year, and we're gonna pull it back, but my son was standing there. He's like, "Dad, I think I can do it." I'm like, "Bullshit." So what's he do? He gets hauling ass on this 26-inch dirt jumper, a really old one, but a quality one. And he hits this thing full bore and clears it first try. We're like, all right, that ramp's too small for a 450, clearly. I mean, but we're being careful, and it was just a great day. And I know this is a car channel, but I wanted to share that. It's always best to talk about something when it just happened, you know, it's fresh in your mind. And it was a lot of fun, so we're gonna be pulling the ramp back, and the son says, "No, I'm not gonna be hitting that any further unless you guys pull me with a ski rope." So clearly he's related to me. But it was fun, food was good, and my buddy was there. It was great. So let me get back to the garage. I just wanted to share that.
I've drugged the trailer out of the garage. I got all the parts put away. Everything that was piled up on here is now moved. And you can see what was the real surprise, which was this giant heavy pallet with this 1-ton axle that we're going to do a straight axle conversion on a truck. Inside all these boxes are things like brackets and airbags and U-bolts and all the things you need to get this axle underneath a vehicle that never had a front wheel drive axle. So we're making a giant 4x4, and this stuff, I like to call it jewelry because it's so well put together. I needed to get all this stuff out of the way so I could get this heavy pallet off the trailer. How? Well, I don't have a forklift, so I'm going to use the quad, and I figured I would use the winch, wrap it around something, and drag it off. The same way I've done with engines and, you know, transmissions. I really couldn't find a good place to attach the cable. There were too many snags underneath the bottom, so I decided to make my own connection point. And the first thing I needed to do is give somewhere for the hook to go.
There you go. That's coming out.
I took this old tarp and I laid it across the cable because I have seen these cables break, and if you slow down the flying broken cable, it might save your eyes or some stitches. I didn't think that would happen on this, but you can never be too safe. Put a little jack under it, it'll come right off.
took a lot of work. And I'm sure watching it wasn't as exciting as it could have been. You know, it would have been nice to have a forklift, or, you know, even a bucket, you know, something to move this stuff around. But when you're doing it by yourself, you know, it's slow and steady. I'll tell you though, this project is going to be insane. This front axle is super heavy. I think it weighs as much as an engine, at least close, or, you know, once you get past the human limits of your own strength, might as well be an engine, because if you can't pick it up, you can't pick it up. The vehicle that this is going underneath is a diesel-powered Class C Ford F450 motorhome. It's a two-wheel drive dually chassis. Van front end, big motorhome. It's pretty big. I think it's 27 or 31, something like that. It's a big one. And a lot of people have done these straight axle conversions where you basically just take everything off the front, put a straight axle, some leaf springs, a transfer case, and some drive shafts, and you're in four-wheel drive. That's what's happening here, and we're doing it right here on the ground outside. Good news is, on this motorhome, I'm going to have a very interesting character helping out, and he used to ride Trials motorcycles, which is a hoppy, balancy kind of thing. It's crazy. He's an old dude now, and but it's just really interesting, and the content, trying to get it up once a week, is going to prevent a bit of a logistical challenge with me only being one person doing the work, the filming, the editing, the voiceovers, sourcing the music, and all the things that it takes. But I'm committed to the builds, I'm committed to the channel. It's an excellent form of creative expression, being able to get all this stuff done and then getting it produced into something that's watchable and I can share, you know, across the world. That's fun for me. Speaking of fun, I'm going to close this one out with a few excerpts from a few days ago when we were playing around on the ramp. My son jumping on the bicycle was ridiculous. There's just, you really shouldn't do things like that, but he's been riding with us since he was 2 years old, so he's gotten quite good. It is a warm 75 degrees, almost zero humidity. I'm over here at the ramp, if you can see way in the distance. My bike is set up over there. My buddy, I got to do some work on his bike and he'll be jumping too, but this is the first ramp session of the season. I'm sort of excited. We're going to take it real easy though, so let me get my gear on, at least my boots. It throws you a little crooked. It actually put me too far this way. I got it from this really cool online character. When I grow up, I hope to be like him one day. This is our son Cody. This is a 26-inch dirt jumper from a few years ago. It's high quality. This young kid, while he stopped riding dirt bikes many years ago, he has not stopped riding the bicycles. Now he rides a 20-inch and he's very good on the ramps, a little better than his old man actually, but you would expect that at 23 years old. So what he said is, "Dad, I think I can do it." And I'm like, "Son, I don't want you to try." And he said, "Dad, I got it." And I said, "Well, you better ask the mom." So I said, "Mom."
Mom says no.
You did not say that.
Mom said no.
What'd you say at the table?
Mom said, "I'm not watching."
Okay.
Nope, not happening.
All right, well, I have faith in him. It's 12 to 14 foot to the flat top. So, what was that, buddy? What'd you say?
By the time he gets down there, I get down there, he'll be rested up.
Right. Here's one thing, that's your bicycle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we know this now. Your bicycle will do it.
Yep. I love it.
I just rolled an ankle.
I was like, oh, at least he did a little better. And I looked back to see, because I heard him move.
Yeah.
And I fucking went, kablock!
Oh, you fell?
Yeah, up by the house. I'm like, nice. Hell yeah, he's clearing it.
It doesn't look like it's that far until you realize you're trying to land down here. So, all right, here's one thing. We're doing it on dirt bikes and all of a sudden it's It's not shit, is it?
It's hard though. It's hard.
Well, you stopped pedaling early.
I need setup for it. I'm not ready on this bike, at least.
Yeah, well, you've never ridden this bike
No.
before. Did you ever ride a big wheel dirt jumper?
Not on something like that.
Well, that's pretty cool. I'm impressed.
That was sweet.
Fucking good
That
job,
was awesome.
son. Chip off the old block.
Does it look crazy? It feels crazy.
The digital camera doesn't like it. It picks it up. I'm gonna let it clear. You want me to jump over you? Okay. It hits like butter, dude. It's freaking smooth as could be. Yeah, it's upside down.
It's upside down. But when you took off this way, I went, what the fuck does he have a kickstand on the wrong side of the bike for? You know.
I touched the pipe.
Yes, you did.
I do not recommend you put your skin. That's gonna bleed.
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
that's a good one. I've done that.
You'll have that. It's not.
That was a great day. There's a bunch of little clips I'm going to finish this video out with, but stay tuned because next week, hopefully within the next 7 to 10 days, we will have this project underway and we will have footage. There's some interviews coming, so it's exciting, and hang in there. Let's wrap this one up, and as always, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you next week. Thanks. I'll see you soon.